Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the weekly pop culture wrap-up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it. Immortal Thor is going to debut in August from Marvel Comics. This is going to be written by Ewing with artwork by Martin Coccolo. Now, this is the new Thor series, the Immortal Thor. I am kind of tired of the Immortal moniker, like the adjective, the Immortal Hulk, the Immortal X-Men. Now we got the Immortal Thor. What's next? The Immortal Miss Marvel? Probably. Anyway, it's a new Thor run. It's Al Ewing. We'll see. With Al Ewing, sometimes I get into it. I get into the concepts, but I don't always get into the full execution of the work. Now, Martin's work is fine. The art's going to be cool. Alex Ross covers. It's a new Thor run. I will definitely check it out. The pitch sounds really good, actually. It's kind of like Thor trying to find his higher self so he can battle these elder gods or something. And knowing some of the concepts Al Ewing likes to play with, this could be pretty interesting. I will definitely check it out. But really, do we have to keep calling it everything immortal? Come on, no we don't. There's a new Daredevil run starting in September. That's right, Chip Zdarsky's run ends in August, and then a new #1 in September. This is written by Saladin Ahmed with artwork by Aaron Kuder. I think this is going to be fun. I think Kuder has an interesting kind of approach, not as gritty or textured as I like my Daredevil art, but it will be interesting to see what the run's going to be like, what his art's going to look like. Is he going to add some grit to it, right? Saladin Ahmed is a really solid writer. If you want to read something from him that I highly recommend, read Abbott. That book was absolutely phenomenal with, like, I think Sammy Cavella on the artwork, I believe. Anyway, I'm excited to check this one out. Rare Flavors is a new one from Boom at some point in 2023. This is the new Rom V creator-owned book with Felipe Andrade. Now, they worked together on The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, which is, like, one of my favorite comic books of the last few years. So, I mean, this is definitely something to pay attention to. It's a supernatural story involving Indian cuisine and a celebrity chef. That is very enticing. All I need to know is that Rom is on it and that Felipe's on it. That's all I need to know. But that even got me more intrigued for this book. Seriously, there's an ash can that's going to be out around August, September, something like that. But the series will be announced fully later on. It's probably coming in, I don't know, September, October, if I had to guess. Then we've got Sacrificers, a new one from Image, debuting in August from Rick Remender and Max Fiumara. This was one of the free comic book day books for Image Comics. Now, I didn't snag one up, but I haven't read it yet. I still haven't read any of my free comic book day books. I'm a terrible comic book reviewer. But anyway, I'm excited to check this one out. Rick Remender is really solid as a writer, and Max Fiumara's artwork is super solid. This is a world in which 5 families kind of like keep the peace, and they keep this utopian existence going on. But each family has to give like one of their children up or something like this. So it's that world and revolution, right? So that's kind of the vibe of it. Like, I don't know, did you read the free comic book day Sacrificers? How was it? I should go read it, like, right now. The Schlub is a new one from Image, written by Ryan Stegman and Kenny Porter, with artwork by Tyrell Cannon. Big fan of Tyrell Cannon. He did Beef Bros with Aubrey Sitterson, or Aubrey Sitterson. So that's cool. The whole idea is it's about this failing dentist who body swaps with a superhero. So he's like this loser who's now in a body of one of the most powerful beings in the world. So what does he do with that? Does this loseriness carry through? Does it carry over? I don't know. But it seems like it's going to be a comedic approach, lighthearted, so it's something definitely worth checking out. Cull is a new one from Image in August by Kelly Thompson. Mattia de Iolis. Don't know if I said that name right. Sorry. I will say this. Their artwork is phenomenal. Jessica Jones with Kelly Thompson. The Invisible Woman series with Mark Waid. Realistic, sexy, clean, precise, but also kind of, it's not stiff, but it could almost, in a lesser artist's hands, that approach could be stiff. It's not so stiff. It has some excitement to it. So I'm excited for this because when Thompson and De Iolis, work together, I think, has been pretty solid. This one is kind of like Something is Killing the Children meets the Goonies, is what they're saying. So like a group of 5 friends, they go to this forbidden place to try to film a documentary or something, and things go terribly wrong. Something is Killing the Children meets the Goonies with Kelly Thompson and Mattia? Someone help me out there, please. Excited for that one. Then we got Devil's Cut. This is a new one from Distillery. In fact, it's actually their first publication. Distillery is that new publisher we talked about here on the Rex and Robbie show a few weeks ago. And they have a whole lineup of talent. Rom V, Brian Azzarello, Scott Snyder, so many others who I'm forgetting are a part of this. But it's a big deal, right? And this is their first release. It's going to be a $10, 72-page oversized comic book that's going to have work from everybody involved and kind of be the launching point of a lot of ideas and stuff. And they're promising that it will never be reprinted in this format, is what they said. In this format is what they said. So definitely going to be checking that out in August. Then we have Plot Holes. This is coming from Massive/Whatnot Publishing. Sean Gordon Murphy. This is a book that he kickstarted like in a couple years ago or something like that, and it started shipping last year, and they're going to be serializing it over at Whatnot/Massive Publication. This is about fictional characters who find out they exist in novels, and failed novels, right? But then they have to go from one novel to another novel to save the fiction. So it's fictional characters jumping from fictional story to fictional story, trying to save novels, trying to save the endings of stories or something like that. It gives Murphy the opportunity to play with a lot of different genre. Now, I haven't read this. Obviously, the full thing is out and available to those who kickstarted it. Maybe you can find it on the aftermarket, but I'm excited to see it coming out in serialized form from Massive/Whatnot Publishing. And I love Sean Gordon Murphy, so I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. Black Hammer: The End is coming in August from Dark Horse. We've talked about this before on the channel, but it is officially here. We know the date. It's in August. Jeff Lemire and Malachi Ward telling a big epic finale to Black Hammer. Is it really the end? I don't know. I fell out of Black Hammer. I need to get right back into it because I read the first few issues of Reborn and then dropped out. Maybe it's time for a reread of Black Hammer. And every time I mention Black Hammer, I say that. Maybe one day I'll actually do it. Killer Queens 2 has been announced from Dark Horse in August, written by David M. Booher, with artwork by Bradley Clayton. I enjoyed this book the first time, Killer Queens, which was just recently nominated for an Eisner for Best Limited Series, and one of the only Eisner nominations that I don't have a single problem with, because the Eisners suck. I'm just say that. Anyway, congratulations, David M. Booher. I really did like Killer Queens. It's like a space opera, sassy kind of book from a queer perspective. I did like the first one. I'm excited for the second volume. Fire and Ice from Dynamite in August. This one got announced, then it kind of dropped off. Now it's back officially again. Bill Willingham is the writer, and Leo Manco is the artist. Bill Willingham did Fables, right? So he's mostly known for that, but he also did this book called Proposition Player for Vertigo back in the day. He had a really solid run on a Robin, so I'm excited for this. Also, Leonardo Manco, there is a Deathlock series, right, by Joe Casey and Leo Manco that I adore. Like, adore. So I'm really pumped. He's got a nice, gritty kind of approach to the art, and I think it's going to be cool. Fire and Ice, of course, based on the Frank Frazetta-inspired animated film from back in the day that I have never seen. Then we've got Hades, is the latest in the Disney Villains line of series from Dynamite. Elliot Kalin and Alessandro Rinaldi are the creators on this one. I like the Scar book. I loved the first issue of Maleficent. I was trying to tell Dynamite that they needed to do Jafar next so that they could have my top 3 favorites right out the gate. Top 3 favorite Disney villains right out the gate. Scar, Maleficent, Jafar. Instead, they went with Hades. I am actually not the biggest fan of that Hercules movie. So I'm excited that they're doing it. I'm excited. I know there are fans of Hades. I mean, I don't have a problem with Hades. Hey, these nuts. Never mind. It popped in my head. Anyway, oh, wow. This Hades book, actually, I am really excited. It's going to be a great opportunity for me to get people caught in D's Nuts jokes, especially on the Best Comics of the Month stream. That's cool. New Martin Scorsese movie drops in October on Paramount Plus. It's called Killers of the Flower Moon. It's based on an actual, killing of like a Native American family or tribe or something like that. I don't really know much about the full story. I watched the trailer, and then I saw like some videos pop up afterwards. But it's based on a true story. It's Martin Scorsese. It looks like it's set in the early 1900s, maybe a little bit of a Western flair, but a little bit more urban and contemporary for its time. Obviously, it's time in the... Anyway, I'm going to research this full story and find out what happened. Or maybe I'll just watch the movie. Now I should find out. History. History's cool, especially tragic history, because we don't want to repeat it. Anyway, Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro. I mean, there's nothing else I need to know. Trailer looked cool. Trailer looked really heavy, actually. And judging on the subject material, it should be a rather heavy film. So, yeah. That's what we got. What's coming up here at PCP? Let's see. Rockin Robbie Live, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. We're going to have fun. We're going to continue our look at Extinction Agenda and just have a good, grand old time. Join us for PCP Movie Night on Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be talking about Brooks's pick for Crew's Choice, which is Once Upon a Time in the West. Sergio Leone, Dario Argento, Charles Bronson, Henry Fonda. I mean, come on. 3-hour movie. It's great. It's going to be such a fun conversation. Seriously, I love this movie. Very excited to chat about one of Brooks's favorites on Monday night. But before that, join me over at The Experience, the EXP. Link in the description below, because we got some great comics and collectibles that are going to be available for sale. But aside from that, some really fantastic conversation with me and some of my homies from Dynamite. Anyway, thank you so much for checking out the video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment about anything you want to talk about down in the comment section down below. Anyway, I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Station. Pop, pop, boom!